Hello YouTube, my name's Andy, and as I always say, if it ain't broke, oh, who am I kidding, it's broken. I'm in the process of trying to make a pedal out of a variety of electronic components, and I've suffered a couple of setbacks. So the first project is going to be some sort of distortion pedal, and I'm going to follow the instructions off YouTube from Tone Charm Audio. I'm not doing it to save any money. I mean, the typical distortion pedal is only about 35 or 40 quid. The most expensive item I need is one of these little foot switches. That's about £5 if you buy just one, but if you buy lots then it's considerably less than that. The second most expensive item is the 9-volt DC socket, and that's about £1.50. 3 resistors, 3p. 4 capacitors, 8p. 1 transistor, 4p. 1 diode, 3p. 1 potentiometer, 32p. And 2 jack sockets, 80p. Grand total £7.75. So here's the first problem. These are capacitors. There's an electrolytic capacitor and a ceramic capacitor, and they are nowhere near the right size for this project. So I've ordered some more of the right size, and that did not go well. Here are the 15 nanofarad capacitors. There are 10 there. Now I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with those. I mean, that clearly is not going to work on a breadboard. These are for making integrated circuits. It turns out capacitors are all kinds of different types, and unless you know about this stuff, you're going to do the same thing as I did. You're going to get completely the wrong thing and you're going to waste pennies. So I've had another search about on Amazon, and I think I'm just about to buy 300 capacitors in a range of 15 different sizes. Now, the other thing I discovered in playing about is that a diode is not just a diode. An LED is not suitable for just putting tiny voltages through. As a very last resort, I went and looked up the instructions on these things, and turns out they need about 1.8 to 3 volts to get them to light up. 3 volts, that's 2 1.5 volt batteries supplying the power rail. The way this works is that all of these connections are joined together, so that's plus all the way from there to there and minus all the way from there to there, and then you can just use these little jumpers to connect up each of the individual components. The components have 5 different connection points, so they're all joined together. Effectively what I've done is created a plus 3 volts to here that goes to the potentiometer. The other end of the potentiometer down this end goes back to the ground or negative terminal, and that supplies power to the potentiometer. The potentiometer therefore is supplying anywhere between 0% and 100% of the 3 volts to this connection here, which is the resistor. And that resistor, I think that's a 100 ohm resistor, and the idea is that this LED won't like getting any more than about 50 milliamps. So even with 100% of the voltage going through, that's only going to get 30 milliamps, and then to the resistors connected to the LED, and then the LED is connected back to the ground to make a complete circuit. Right, so what happens when we twiddle the knob? Nothing. Oh, there we go. There we are. So this potentiometer is clearly far too big, because a tiny fraction of 500 kilo ohms is enough to switch the LED off. While I'm waiting for the capacitors to arrive, I've assembled everything else. The input is going to come in this side, and the 9-volt power supply is going to come in through the power rail here, and the output is going to be on that side. We've got 3 pence worth of resistors, 3 pence worth of diode, and 4 pence worth of transistor. That's 10 pence. This is very interesting. I'm in a bit of a no man's land between following a simple recipe where somebody shows you what to do, and if it works, then I'll go, fantastic. But I won't know why it works. And at the other end of the spectrum, you get this enormously technical people who go, well, you just need a da 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 da. And you think, I didn't understand a word of that. And looking at the data sheets that give you sort of heat dissipation ratings and maximum amps and latency values and all that kind of stuff, I don't know what this means. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm going to find out if it works, and then I'm going to try and work out why it works. Thanks very much for watching. Bye. Postscript. This just turned up from Amazon, and I am now the proud owner of 300 capacitors.